Are you ready?
What?
No! I said, are you ready?
Woo! And leading this group of misfits is JP, the Melting Pot.
AKA 6-month champ, baby.
If I can be serious for a minute, without being interrupted.
And the savior of wrestling and the original people, the Summit.
You know, it was so nice it can't come twice.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The WWE had Gilbert. Wrestling with Attitude has Lil Steven.
Finally.
Who in the blue hell are you?
And the show-off of Wrestling with Attitude, Mike.
My time to shine.
You can't see me. My time is now.
All right, welcome to Wrestling with Attitude.
Woo!
Of course, I'm one of your hosts. There's not many right now, but of course, I'm the Summit, and then to my left is Little Steven,
the
mouth
Summit
of the Carolinas.
The mouth of the Carolinas, baby.
Oh, Lord. I made a mistake.
Yes, you did.
I created a monster.
Yes, you did.
Anybody that would like to interview for a spot on the show to take his place, please let me know. You can send me a tweet at WWA Show. Or go to our Facebook page where our questions from last week is not up there yet.
It is.
Where?
It's in a secret place.
Yeah. Not joining us today, of course, is our resident Brock Lesnar. Well, our resident Brock Lesnar. The one and only Mike, the face of the company, the world heavyweight champion.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
No, I am.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you being a champion is kind of like the Blue Meanie being a champion. Or
No,
Mikey Rip. It's like Mikey Ripwreck being a champion in WCW or ECW.
Dude, I'm all right with that. People liked Mikey Rip.
Who?
I don't know. All of ECW?
And, join us today via satellite from his office is the one, the only JP. What you got to say today, dude?
Player.
Jeez. Seriously, that's it? Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
The Mizark.
Not the Mizark again.
The Mizark needs to be out of here.
All right. So, yeah, we have a good show. We got a big pay-per-view coming up this weekend. It's TLC. Part 6. Year 6.
No. This is different, sir. This is table, ladders, chairs, and stairs. Yeah, this is TLCS.
Sorry if you hear me snoring. That's from really TLCS. Yeah. No more ALCS challenge. It's a TLCS challenge.
Oh. Too soon.
Too soon? Why?
I don't know.
Anyway, Mike's not here today. He's got some things to do. But, wish him well. Wish him to get back here soon. This week on the show, we got sound off as always. Segment 2, we're gonna try to do our picks and Raw. So it might be a 1-hour show today.
Ooh. Turning it up a level to 11.
We're going to see you actually get through it without going through a Brock Lesnar hatred moment of the week.
That's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, no. Me and JP, and I wish JP was in the room right now, but we have an argument with you that it'll kill everything you just said about Brock.
Nope.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But before we go any farther, we are going into Sound Off.
WWA's Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel, 'cause the anger inside is real. Sound off.
All right, on this week's show, our top 5 is top 5 world-class championship wrestling superstars of all time.
WCCW.
That can include the managers, any of the stars that we think is one of the top 5. And we also had a poll on our website and I'm gonna pull it up and see who was. I know we had a couple different votes for this week. We have a poll on our website. Was it not shown? There's actually 2 votes. It looks like Devon Eriks and the Freebirds.
Oh, of
was our
course,
votes.
yeah.
So,
Without
thank
either.
you for the people voting. You can go to WrestlingAttitude.com and place your vote each week before you go and follow. Next week's poll is going to be top 5 TLC matches of all time.
Ooh.
Since we're just coming out of TLC. So go there. You can tweet us also at WWA Show, and we'll share your results on the show next week.
Cool.
But before we go any farther, do you got your top 5?
Yeah. Well, mine's going to start off with a person named Chris Adams. He is Brian Adams' brother. And not really. But no, I like Chris Adams. He was cool. He was he really reminded me. He reminded me a lot of the British Bulldog. And I don't care what you say, but his entrance, his look, for some reason reminded me of the British Bulldog. Like when British Bulldog first started on the scene.
Was he related to Brian Adams, the wrestler? That was Crush.
Oh, is he?
Is
he?
Is
he?
Yeah. Don't remember that, do you?
No.
Yes. You don't remember Crush or Chronic
Oh.
in WCW?
I try not to.
You try to forget about the Chronic?
Yeah, I do. No, so I like him. Gene, or help me say his name right because I always get it wrong.
If I can remember it, Gino Hernandez.
Gino Hernandez.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, I remember him. The famous Hernandez brothers.
Don't even
No, Gino was good. Gino was real good.
Yeah, he had that, like, everybody kind of hated him just because he had that, like, arrogance, like, I'm rich, I drive these fancy cars. He's like the Alberto Del Rio of that time, but cooler.
Well, that's
cooler.
because he was the Miami Vice type.
And he was
cool
awesome,
cat.
man. He
wore the white suits.
He looked like a Tanner Scott Baio. He looked like a Tanner Scott Baio. So, like,
Yeah.
He
He was
was good.
awesome. He was incredible.
it was cool. And then third on the list is gosh, I can't remember his name. The gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Yeah, with Precious and Sunshine.
And if you had to choose, who would you choose? Would you choose Precious or Sunshine?
Precious. I always love Precious.
I like Sunshine, man.
Of course you
They
do.
had. Oh, I can't believe you don't, but
I do like them.
no, man. He some of the weirdest interviews I've ever seen in my life was with that guy.
Well, they had
Showing
one
up to his
famous-
house.
They had one famous one where he was actually at the poolside with Sunshine.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then the one at his house, like, he just showed up one day and started, they just started an interview with him. And he's like, oh, I don't know what the guy's going to be wearing and all this other stuff. It was a weird interview, but I got to give him credit. Just, he was a good, like, with interview stuff, he was pretty good.
He's incredible.
I'm going to go with the Von Erichs. And this is why I couldn't really pick out of the Von Erichs.
It's hard to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I want to go with Mike Von Erich.
Really?
Or not Mike.
Over
No,
Kerry?
I'm sorry. David.
Over Kerry?
Yeah. Here's the reason why. Because David had that psychology, and he had, like, he wasn't as built as Kerry, but he had, like, they even said this. They said he had the charisma and the showmanship and the interview stuff as both Kerry and who was the other one? Not Kevin.
You had David, Kerry, Mike, and Kevin.
Oh, well, maybe it was. I don't know. I know one of them they said just had
You
like
had Chris also, and Lance Von Erich.
We ain't talking about no Lance Von.
We have Fritz, Kerry, Kevin, David, Chris, Mike, Lance.
Oh, okay.
Was all the Von Erichs.
Oh,
And don't forget Lacey Von Erich. No, I'm just kidding. That was
Don't even
TNA. Yeah. Anyway,
No, but the thing that I hated about this, I watched the documentary and I couldn't get through the whole thing because it's just such a tragedy of everything that happened.
dude, it's sad.
There's only one Von Erich left.
Yeah, it's Kevin,
Yeah.
the
And
one
it's-
that we didn't think would. Yeah.
Yeah. And last but not least, you know, and it may be because I'm biased, I don't care, but I love the Fabulous Freebirds.
Oh yeah.
And if I had to choose one of the best of them, yes, it'd be Michael P.S. Hayes. Michael P.S. Hayes, and I don't care, you know, tell me I'm wrong, I don't care, but Michael P.S. Hayes, without Michael P.S. Hayes there in WCCW, I don't think it would have been as big as it was. I really don't. I believe if Michael P.S. Hayes was not at WCCW, they would not have the fan base that they had. The Von Erichs were good. The Von Erichs is what made WCCW, but Michael P.S. Hayes is what put WCCW on the map. That's what I believe. Because, I mean, and he said it himself. He said the feuds that the Fabulous Freebirds and the Von Erichs had was something so original and different from a lot of other feuds. It was. I mean, he says, like, you know, before you had Dusty and Flair, before you had the Four Horsemen, before you had D-Generation X, before you had any of these great factions, you had the Fabulous Freebirds.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's right on that.
Who's a little trivia? Who's the first one to ever come up with music for their
That
entrance?
is Michael P.S. Hayes.
Thank you.
And he will go down in history for that. He will. And Vince McMahon, this is why I want you to put him in the Hall of Fame. Please put him in the Hall of Fame.
He will be. Maybe not this year. I think they should wait until they go closer to Texas or Georgia,
Where he's
because
from.
because that's where he was. I mean, he was known all over the place, but that's where they really made their name, and that's the reason I'm okay with Vince waiting until they go to certain places to put certain people in. Like Randy Savage, to me, needs to be in the Hall of Fame, but when they go to Florida or a couple years ago would have been the best opportunity.
Yeah.
But you know, putting him in wherever. But yeah, that's a good list. Was that it?
Yeah, I want to hear what your list is because I feel like, you know,
Mine's a little bit different.
Oh.
Number 5 is Gary Hart.
Gary Hart, huh?
Gary Hart in WCCW was the Bobby the Brain Heenan of managers in Texas.
Okay.
He was a lot different. He was meaner. He was the psychology. He knew more of them. No, I ain't gonna say more than Bobby the Brain, but you could tell he would do it a little bit different. He was very, with Abdullah the Butcher and everybody else he managed. He managed some great guys. Wow, I'm trying to think. I think he managed Bill Earn. He had a ton of he managed a ton of people back then.
Yeah.
But he was, to me, then he went to WCW, the Funks, with Terry Funk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, now I know.
With
Yeah.
Great Muda. You remember Thunderdome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a manager back then.
I did. Okay.
For them.
All right. Makes sense.
Gary Hart was really good back in WCCW. I think one of the best. He's definitely one of the best managers of all